This program is paid for by The Crossover with Marlon and Armon. Subscribe to their show-owned content at youtube.com/@thecrossover1060.
You're now tuned in to The Crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams.
Hold up, you're teaming up a Sun Devil and a Wildcat? Who came up with that brilliant idea?
The Crossover on KDUS AM 1060.
All right, welcome back to The Crossover with Marlon and Armon, KDUS 1060. Subscribe and follow us on our social media accounts on both YouTube and Facebook at The Crossover 1060. So that is youtube.com/@thecrossover1060, or that would also be facebook.com/@thecrossover1060. We are here at OTG Sports Grill celebrating Biketoberfest. They're doing this whole weekend, today and tomorrow. So if you're not here, you might as well be nowhere. Come on down and check it out this weekend. 801 South Power Road, just north of Southern Avenue on Power Road, Mesa. Once again, that's 801 South Power Road, just north of Southern Avenue on Power Road in Mesa. And I want to go ahead and jump into a few topics. But before we do that, Dr. Amanda Jones is here. She's still with us. She's got to catch a plane. But before she does, she has some announcements that she wants to make, as well as some shout-outs.
Yeah, so thank you guys again for having me. This is the most fun I have all week. And, of course, it's an awesome scene here at On the Green. So everybody should come on down to this. It's great. There's so much going on. Before I head out to Vegas, I just wanted to give a shout out to all the amazing organizations I get to work with. Last night I was able to go to the Memory Keepers Foundation gala that supported people with Alzheimer's, and I also really care deeply about Oakwood Creative Care. They support people with cognitive disabilities through art therapy and all kinds of other awesome things. So I love that. And then another one of my great friends in healthcare, Avient, they do hospice, and the doctor is in. So, and if any of you are interested in concierge primary care or testosterone, I do that at my practice, Vitalis Medical and Healthy Living. I'm a doctor of nursing practice, family nurse practitioner. So I love being here talking about sports, and my other passion is helping people live their very best lives through my non-judgmental practice.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amanda Jones, no relation to Marlon. So check her out. You heard it here from Dr. Jones. I think it would certainly help a lot of people that listen to our show on a regular basis. So thank you, Dr. Jones, for all you do.
Thank you. You guys want me to bring you back some swag from Vegas?
As you already know this.
Absolutely.
What kind of question is that?
You don't have to ask us.
Right.
Yeah, have a fun trip. Have a safe trip.
Absolutely, have a safe trip.
And,
have fun, and then we will. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, bring back all the swag. Come back with bags and bags.
Yeah.
All right. You just Venmo me.
All right, folks, that was Dr. Amanda Jones, family nurse practitioner, no relation to Marlon. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get into some more buzz for the show, some more hot topics that have to do with the sports entertainment world. And we were talking a little bit earlier on the show about Travis Kelce and his squeeze, Taylor Swift, and the amount of buzz that it's created. It's created a lot of buzz, but TV ratings are through the roof as far as the NFL games that Taylor Swift has attended, the Kansas City Chiefs game. She was at Kansas City Chiefs a couple weeks ago. I forget who their opponent was, but then last Monday, they faced off against the New York Jets. Now, again, record crowd. We're talking about crowds that rival like Super Bowls. It's crazy how much appeal Taylor Swift has.
You think that's because of Taylor?
It has to be. I mean, you're talking about television ratings that rival like Super Bowls. Literally.
Oh, you're talking about TV ratings.
TV ratings, not necessarily crowds, but I'm talking about TV ratings because it's an NFL game. The stadium is pretty much going to be packed, just about every NFL stadium. But we're talking about television ratings. Wherever she shows up, eyes are on her. And people are just drawn to just to see her for a split second in the booth celebrating, with her Swifties, with her friends and whatnot, and Travis Kelce's family, his mama and whatnot, sitting up there.
She is a force.
She absolutely.
She is a force. I know a lot of people have various opinions about her, but she is very good at her craft, and obviously eyeballs are attached to her. And then now, she's dating a high-profile football player. Arguably the best tight end in the league.
Right.
And
arguably maybe one of the best of all time.
Right.
He may go down as the greatest of all time when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But yeah, recently they had Travis Kelce's been catching a little bit of flack as well. He recently caught a little bit of flack actually from Aaron Rodgers that made a little bit of a swipe on Travis Kelce. Not necessarily because of his relationship with Taylor Swift, but more so about one of his particular commercial endorsements. And this is what Travis Kelce had to say in response to it when he was addressing media recently.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, with this stash right now, I look like a guy named Mr. Pfizer. Who knew I'd get into the Vax wars with Aaron Rodgers, man? It's Mr. Pfizer versus the Johnson & Johnson family over there, man.
I don't think we asked you about, since you're in the commercial, can you kind of just say why you wanted to do that?
I mean, I've always been, once I got the vaccine, and I got it because of, keeping myself safe, keeping my family safe, the people in this building. So, yeah, I stand by it 1,000% and fully comfortable with him calling me Mr. Pfizer.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers made a little bit of a jab at like how I inserted that jab. He made a little bit of a jab at Travis Kelce for endorsing Pfizer for whatever reason, and Travis Kelce in a lighthearted way kind of took back at him, because actually funny thing is Aaron Rodgers of course plays for the Jets and he's playing for the Johnsons, and they own Johnson & Johnson.
Right.
They also have a vaccine, so man, nice little jab back. It's lighthearted, but Aaron Rodgers he had a little something to say about it early as far as what he responded to. This is what Aaron Rodgers had to say earlier on Pat McAfee's show, and about the whole vaccine stuff.
1-3, there's going to be people trying to get us to fracture even after a game where, I think there's some sentiment that there's some sort of moral victory out there that we hung with the champs, and that our defense played well, and Pat didn't have a crazy game, and Mr. Pfizer, we kind of shut him down a little bit. He didn't have his crazy impact game. Obviously he had some yards and stuff, but I felt like for the most part, we played really tough on defense, especially the last 3 quarters, and that was important for us.
Yeah, you heard Aaron Rodgers. Of course, he made his comment calling Travis Kelce, referring to Travis Kelce as Mr. Pfizer. He didn't address him directly, but we knew who he was talking about. You heard Pat McAfee and even AJ Hawk kind of like chuckling and whatnot in the background. But,
sure.
I don't know whether how deep this really is. I think it's lighthearted. I think both ways, but it's like kind of Aaron Rodgers, like he's kind of like trying to cater to a particular audience, going in a certain direction as far as like, I'm going to go ahead and make fun of him because he did a Pfizer commercial.
Right.
He's of course the Mr. I'm inoculated, and of course he never got vaccinated.
Nope.
He lied about it.
He did.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. That stuff is, either you do or you don't.
Right.
And I was, just leave it at that, because a lot of that gets a little too.
It gets into the social political stuff.
Yeah.
That's. I don't think he needed to do it. Well, obviously he didn't need to do it. I thought it was a little bit unnecessary for him to do. He could have just kept it moving, but
yeah,
it is what it is. But anyway, I wanted to go into kind of equally a juicy topic, and this has to do with Marshawn Lynch.
Oh,
Marshawn Lynch was recently on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's show. His podcast.
One of the best podcasts in the game.
It absolutely is one of the best podcasts. You talking about a great podcast?
Yes,
a great partnership. I think that they should seriously look at visiting this down the road, and they're doing it on social media, but maybe on television. That would be Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson.
Yes,
those guys
Ocho
work
Cinco.
well. The football player formerly known as Ocho Cinco. Those guys work really well off of each other. But anyway, Shannon Sharp had an interview with Marshawn Lynch. I thought it was probably one of his better interviews. Marshawn, he got in and digged in a little dirt, put a little dirt on that situation. Got a little dirty about the situation between him and Russell Wilson when they were teammates with the Seattle Seahawks, and he actually talked about kind of the splintering of the relationship, or the fact that they never really had much relationship. This is what Marshawn Lynch had to say. This is the first part of this.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not I wouldn't be the right person to speak on their relationship, because I didn't f with them. You feel what I'm saying? So
you didn't mess with who?
I didn't f with Pete, and then Russ was like just a quarterback for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't as
you didn't have no relationship. You didn't have no kind of a relationship. Y'all didn't like go to a party. Y'all didn't get together. Y'all didn't do it. Y'all didn't kick it like that.
So the thing is, I respect Russell as as a player and as a teammate, and anything that I say, you feel me, because of the situation, throwing the pick on the goal line, not giving me the ball, this, that, and the third, him, leaving from Seattle, going over to anything that I say is gonna come off as, malice, or as if I'm, a hater, or because you know what, I'll take Russ and I'll put him right there at quarterback and I'll rock with him because I have done that.
Right.
But as far as anything else, it's like there's
y'all didn't have a relationship outside of football.
No, there's no. You can't pick up the phone and call old boy or nothing.
Right.
And then
what you mean you couldn't pick up the phone?
I don't got his number.
Oh.
And then he would go a little bit further to talk on how Pete Carroll didn't hold him accountable, and this kind of created the fracture that you had amongst other players on the team, not just Marshawn Lynch, but other players on the team, as well as of course himself. And this is what he had to say about that
situation in practice, and like being accountable was something big for us.
Yes,
that was probably the number one thing.
That's the rock. That's the ethos. That's the foundation of which it's built.
If I had a practice and Pete wasn't holding them accountable, Sherm, spoke up. A couple of D linemen spoke up, and he called up practice. We went into this we call it the Kumbaya room. We went in there to Kumbaya, and Pete tell him like, hey, nobody go and talk to Russell. If anybody got something to say to Russell, come talk to me, come talk to, the quarterback, but nobody go and talk to him. And that was when where that started. Because it was like, well, hold on.
What you mean you can't talk to
anybody? Can go and
talk to
this
anybody.
This that kind of zone.
Yeah.
This that kind of team. But you kind of putting him, on the pedestal or outside outside of the box, and it's like he don't have to be held accountable to the same that we do. What the fuck is that?
Okay. So if you want to create type of fission, splintering in the locker room, do that. Don't allow somebody like Russell Wilson to be held accountable.
Right.
Don't allow, by not allowing the players to go ahead and address whatever issues that they had with them, created that animosity.
Yeah.
I think Pete Carroll really screwed that up, man.
Yeah, that's apparent. I think, first of all, I want to say that Marshawn Lynch is a national institution.
Man, he's a national.
We need to protect him at all costs.
Absolutely.
We need to protect him at all costs. He has a certain style when he talks.
Authenticity.
It's very authentic. But it's very intelligent at the same time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously he went to Cal, but he
is street. He is who he is.
Yeah, but he's super real about it, which makes it even better. And we got to protect that dude at all costs.
Absolutely, man. So that's a great podcast, episode. So
Yes.
if you have an opportunity, do check that out. Club Shay Shay and Shannon Sharp interviewing Marshawn Lynch. That's a must watch for sports fans, certainly for Seahawks fans. All right, coming up next, buckle up your seatbelts, ladies and gents. It's another entertaining, fun segment with the wacky one himself. It's crazy Tracy Tingue live at the Crossover, KDUS 1060. Don't go anywhere.